on, people? Ozzy Pro Detail here. Ozzy Pro Detail here. I know it's been a minute. Did you miss me? Because I ain't gonna lie, I missed you guys. So today we got a little content that we're gonna be basically speaking on, talking on, showing and everything. But before we get started, I need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Ozzys.pro.detail. Follow us, Ozzy's Pro Products. We got some tire shine, we got some soap, we got some foam cannons, stickers, keychains, everything. Go ahead and cop up. Sales going on all year round. All right. So today, I want to talk about a few things. I want to catch up with you guys. There's a lot that has changed since the last time I was able to create some content, but it's always changing for the better, not the worse. Thank God. So with that being said, today's video is going to be solely about, we're going to talk about connections. And when I say connections, I mean relationships that you build with people outside of money to get you into certain rooms and stuff. So right now I'm filling up. You guys know the usual. I'm just filling up on some water, trying to get everything together, situated. Today is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. If you are watching this video, you may be too late, but if not, there's always a permanent discount code called Loyal10, because I have loyal people that love my content. I appreciate you guys. Head over to OzzysProfessionalDetailing, type in Loyal10, and you guys can go ahead and cop up and get 10% off permanent. So you can keep getting 10% off if you keep ordering. Just keep ordering, and you get 10% off of anything on our shop. All right. So Ozzy's Pro Products. We're gonna talk about connections today. We're gonna get real deep into the topic because I see that that's something that people don't really talk about too much. Everybody just talk about how to make money, but they never tell you how to maintain relationships, because relationships is more valuable than money sometimes. All right. Money pay the bills. Money's a tool, but relationships get you through life. All right. So we're going to talk about that. Let's get going. Let's go. All right, people. So connections. If you know me personally, you know I'm very big on connections. I believe that connections are sometimes more valuable than money. I feel like when you build connections with people, not only that it brings money, but when you build connections with people, it shows people that you're doing honest, genuine business. I always believe that you are a sponge in life, and the only thing you're supposed to do is soak up information and then use it to recycle back into the world. So with that being said, you can't really learn anything unless the people that you surround yourself with, you're learning from, and that's connections. The only way that you can surround yourself around somebody that's doing better than you, doing the same as you, doing less than you, is if you build that connection. So I know the worst type of statement that I hate to hear is that, I say to myself, I don't need nobody. No, in this world we do need people. That's just how it works. The world is operated by humans. The world is operated by relationships, connections, and the world runs on money. So you have to build these connections, and that's how I build connections. So I wanted to also break down the different sources of how I build connections. So one of the main things I use is social media. Now, in the word social media, what word stands out with? What word relates to connections? Social. So not only that, I go on social media to promote my business, sell products and everything. It's cool, but I also go on social media to find connections and build connections. And how I do that is usually, I just shout people out. I may follow a person that follows me back, things like that. I may promote somebody else's product, because that's how you build connections. I may promote somebody else's product, and then when they see that I'm promoting their product, 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10, they want to promote your product. So they'll do the same in return. That's free. It doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't cost you anything. And also you're building connections, because somebody that may be following you may be looking for that service, or somebody that may be following them may be looking for your service. So it's just a form of connections. I've met people, other business people that do detailing, and form great relationships with them through social media, only because of building connections. Connections nowadays, building a connection nowadays is very important. In the times that we in, it's not about what you know anymore. And if it is about what you know, it's not much to know. It's more so about who you surround yourself with. It's much about who you know. I've learned that you can be the most talented person on earth, but if you don't have no type of exposure, if you don't have no type of place to display your business, you're not going to make any money. You're not going to be successful. You know, there's a lot of hard work that beats talent out there. There's a lot of people that have talent, but they don't have the drive, they don't have the passion, and they don't have the open and willingness to build connections. I'm a friendly person. I love people. So for me to build a connection is pretty easy. I was always the outgoing person that would get up and say, let's go do this, let's go do that, and stuff. So building your connections is very important. People, you know, I've learned that, and I've seen with my own two eyes that, you know, when I built certain relationships with people, it kind of took me a little further than I expected to be. And with that being said, I learned a system to it. It's like a system to it. Like, you kind of gotta just put yourself out there to be accessible to your fellow people that do the same thing you do. Because, you know, you never know when you may need them, and they never know when they may need you. So, moving on from the word connections is relationships. Now, maintaining that connection would be called a relationship. Why? Because a relationship is like an exchange between each other and stuff. So, there's a few, for example, there's a few people I know that, let's say I was on my way to go detail 107 cars, and I got 2 workers with me, but I still can't knock out 107 cars at a certain time frame. You should have at least 1 to 2 people in your back pocket that you can call, like, yo, blah 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 blah. You busy today? I got some work lined up, and I'm gonna need your help. And we can split it down the middle. We can do whatever, however you do. That's a relationship, because you have the accessibility to call for backup. And then now in these days, you need that. You can't. Everything is a collaborative effort. You can't try to prosper without some type of form of a team or some type of unity. You know, like, you'll just stay stagnant in one place. So I've seen people that don't build connections, and they're somewhat successful, or they're like scrubbing the crust of it, or they're like, they got a little good moments, bad moments and stuff, but they're not full blown, like, foot pedal on the gas where they're supposed to be. And I feel like you're supposed to set expectations for yourself. So if you're detailing, or if you're doing anything for a certain amount of time, you should start to see a certain amount of success. You should start to see a certain amount of leveling up. You understand? And if you don't, you have to go back to the drawing board and say, yo, damn, I've been doing this for about 7, 8, 9, 10 years. How come I can't do this? How come I'm still in the same place that I'm at 7, 8, 9 years ago when I started? If you're in the same place, it's because you have to reevaluate what you've done wrong. You may have not done anything wrong as in your business, but you may have done something wrong as in building the certain sources and connections that you need, and taking the proper precaution, reinvesting in your business properly. Because the only way business grows is if you reinvest. The same $5, $2 equipment or supplies that you started with when you first started, as you reach a certain level, it's not going to work anymore. Like, you have to take your money and put it back in your business. That's rebranding. That's what I did. I rebrand. I took my money and I put it right back in my business, and it shot my business up even more. It's just, the business is like a baby. You understand? When you have a baby, you can't put the same newborn clothes you put on your child when your child came out of the hospital when they're 13 years old. You got to keep investing money into them and buying them clothes and taking them places. And so it's the same thing with a business. So you try to sit there and figure out why you're not where you used to be. And honestly, I've seen it all the time. About 60% of that is just because you chose to not be open to others. And when I say open to others, meaning you chose not to build connections with other people. You chose not to help other people out. And the world doesn't revolve around like that. You can't just be one. No one soul man has been successful by himself without some form of help. You know, like, you're always going to need help somewhere, somehow. It's just life. We're only built with 2 hands and two feet, 2 set of legs, 10 toes, 10 hands. That's it. You know, and 2 hands and 4 hands is better than relationship that you maintain with people should never be based around money. You understand? And I learned that the hard way. Like, you should never base your relationship around somebody around money. Sometimes you have to take the L on money to take the W on building a connection, because later on it may bring more money. You understand? So I don't really base my relationships and connections that I have with certain people off of money. I built it off of the fact that I'm doing this off the script that, you know, I'm here, I got you, and then when I need you, you got me. It is what it is, you know. And it's taking me places. Relationships has put me in rooms with people that I thought I would never even be in front of a day in my life and stuff. And of course, that's just a part of it. The other part is actually showing up and showing out, doing quality work, doing honest work, not being lazy. But connections definitely got me in the room. Connections definitely got me the contracts I had. Connections, if it wasn't for a connection or a relationship in general, with any fellow detailers, any car suppliers, any person that's doing what I'm doing, any person that's just giving me advice, I probably wouldn't even be down in Atlanta. You know, and I feel like Atlanta was one of the best moves that I made. It changed my business momentum. I was doing great in New York. I was doing lovely in New York. The money was great in New York, but I felt like I could do more. And when I started to feel like I could do more, I started outsourcing to where I started outsourcing and looking where I can go to make my business grow bigger. You know, like, I felt like it's the worst feeling is to feel like you can do more and you're not at your full potential. Like, I felt at New York, in New York, I was at 97.9999% potential, and I just need that extra 3 to get me somewhere to 100%. But I feel like you're only as big as your environment, so I started looking elsewhere, and that's how I ended up in Atlanta. I felt like Atlanta was a place where I can grow to the potential that I want to grow to. And then, of course, I have long-term goals with this detailing. That's why this segues into my product line and our channel, and, you know, it's a lot. And I know to others it may seem like a lot, and to others when I moved it felt like, why are you doing this? Like, you're leaving all of your connections, your relationships. But I learned that me being so heavy in New York how I was, with my relationships, connections, my clients, my customers that turned into family, it followed me down to Atlanta. And the money is going to follow wherever, but you see, the relationships got me customers in Atlanta. But my relationships and my connections I have in New York got me customers in Atlanta when I came down here, so it made the transition even smoother. You know, somebody always has somebody somewhere. That's just life, you understand? So it's very important to not only have connections, but it's also important to just maintain your relationship with a person. Keep it healthy. Sometimes you just check on people. People remember those things, you know? People always remember how you make them feel. This is beyond business, you know? They always remember how you made them feel. Ozzy was there when I needed a helping hand. Such and such is there when I needed a helping hand. You understand? People remember those things. And with that being said, your mentality of no new friends, no need nobody around me, that would ultimately break you down. That will ultimately keep you in a position that you're never going to grow. And life is about growing. Life is about steady change. Life is about moving on. That's just life. And you got to be adaptable to change. You got to be adaptable to people. You know, you got to learn how to adapt to people. Now, I'm not saying that all connections and relations that you build with people will last. I've had some connections with fellow detailers and stuff that it didn't last. But at the end of the day, I was able to suck out as much information as I can from that particular situation or that particular connections that I'm able to just carry on. You know, I don't like to stay stagnant on anything, so it's not forced. You know, genuine relations that you have with anybody that's doing the same thing you do, it will just grow naturally and organically. It's never forced, you know? And you take care of that. You appreciate the people that do things for you free of charge. You appreciate the people that are there for you when others are not, because those type of people are the people that help you grow. Those are the type of people that when you go into the top, they going with you, you know, and vice versa. It should always be 50-50. One hand washes the other, two hands washes the face. You understand? So that's my take on connections, people. That's my take on relationships with fellow people that do any type of business you have. And it's not just detailing, that's any type of business that you guys may have. The car business, hair business, nail business, that's, you know, any type of business that you have. I feel like that's a global general explanation for anybody. So I state this because I see it a lot. And I get questions a lot as to how I know this. How did I end up there? How did you get this? How did you get that? 8 times out of 10, it's a connection that I built with somebody that pushed me in this area. Sometimes people call me and it's like astronomical, crazy customers that can set me straight for a long time. And I'm trying to figure out how did they get me? How did they find me? And I'm like, oh, you know, such and such recommended you, da 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 da. And they weren't even a customer. They was just like a fellow detailer because I built connections or relations with them. You understand? So that's my take on relationships and connections and building connections with people in any field that you're in. I want you guys to check out my product line, OzzysProfessionalDetailing.com, right there on the screen, OzzysProfessionalDetailing.com. Check it out. Grab up a tire shine, grab up some soap, grab up some accessories. I'm definitely gearing towards my fellow detailers. I'm trying to help them out, but I'm also gearing towards just the average person that has a bucket, a sponge, and a water hose. I want to be able to sell things that you can go in your yard and get your car right, and it's not intricate. You know, it's not. You don't need professional machines to use my products. So, you know, soap, tire shine, wax, wheel cleaners, towels, sponges, everything. Foam cannons. I'm excited about the foam cannons. I'm gonna be selling the whole nine. I just want you guys to check me out. You know, OzzysProProducts.com. It's Labor Day today, but I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes up, the sale will be over. But I have a permanent sale for any loyal person that signs up for my SMS text updates on my website, OzzysProProducts.com. It's 10% off. It's called Loyal 10 in the code section when you're checking out, you know. And yeah, all type of support is great support in my opinion, good and bad. So check us out. I'm on my way to this appointment. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content, and I promise you guys I'm back onto it. I know I've been a little bit absent off of YouTube. It's been crazy. I'm just trying to launch this product line, and it's been taking off. I'm super happy and super excited. I appreciate everybody's support. We hit our first 100 orders this weekend, this past Labor Day weekend. I put in the footwork. I put in the labor for it. I went up to New York. I was promoting it. I came back down. I sold a lot of tire shine, and people are just excited. It's just as excited as I am for me. This is very dear to me because I was very skeptical about starting a product line. I like to stay different. I like to be transparent, but I just dived in, and it's been working out. So our first 100 orders, congratulations to you guys, because you guys did it for me. It's not for me, it's for you. And we're gonna keep going. So OzzysProProducts.com. Follow us on Instagram, Ozzys.pro.detail. You know, all the usual. Follow us. I follow our supply page as well, Ozzys.pro.products. And I'm very heavy on Instagram, OzzysProDetail.com, YouTube/OzzysProDetail. We back on it. Everybody have a safe, beautiful September. Enjoy. And I'll see y'all next week. Let's go.